The thing about betting football is your results are going to ebb and flow throughout the season. Take this video, for example. We were on a monster heater, then we fully blanked 3 straight primetime games, and then on Thursday, we were up 11 units. See if we can run that back on Monday. Hey, Dave Loughren, and we've got doubleheader action again on Monday night. Excited to talk about it. 2 great games to close out week 7. I've got sides, I've got parlays, and of course, everything else that you will find over on Tails that I posted already for this video, stuff that I will post that you won't find in this video. You can see it right here from Thursday night. A lot of stuff if you follow me on Tails and on Twitter, both entirely free. Link to Tails in the description. You're only going to find there. I hope many of you are over there in Tail Thursday, because when we have days like that, it buoys us throughout the bad weeks. And that's the entire purpose of anything like this when you're betting football. So hit me up. It's free. There's no credit card, nothing like that. Literally just follow me, turn on notifications, and check out all the other great people over there as well. We're building a phenomenal platform. It's Twitter, but only for sports betting. And you're going to want to be there. You're also going to want to talk football, or want me to talk football. And that's what we're going to do right now. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Appreciate you guys in advance, as always, for doing so. Leave a comment down below. You with me or you against me? You tailing, you fading on the Bucs and the Lions. Lions 6-point favorites. This is a tough game, man. It's a tough game for a couple of reasons, right? And the first one is the Lions are basically missing their entire secondary. You have Terrion Arnold, Kirby Joseph, Avonte Maddox. They're all out with injuries. Brian Branch is suspended because he decided post-game to punch Juju Smith-Schuster. Of course, Smith-Schuster had his helmet on. These guys always seem to do that. It's not going to be effective. And then Aleem McNeil, though, is expected back, which is a huge boon for this defensive line in Detroit. But the thing about Detroit for me, the thing about the Lions is they just tend to dominate at home. You know, like they've actually only played 2 games at home this year. They played 6 games. 4 of them have been on the road. They combined for 86 points at home so far this year. Last year, they averaged 35 points at home. Oddly enough, the only game where they struggled to score points at home was a week 2 loss to the Bucs, where they dropped it 20-16. I remember that one vividly because I remember betting the Detroit Lions there. But, you know, these are the type of games where I happened to bet against Detroit last year. And what I mean by bet against them is like, man, Baker Mayfield looks fantastic. Everything's kind of happening, and Detroit's defense is super banged up. It's like, but you know what? They still went on to smoke opponents. I think we actually, many of you guys probably think I'm lying, but you can go back and look. I think we actually overall had a winning record on the Lions last year. But these were the type of spots I would bet against and lose. They'd come out and they'd prove themselves like capable despite all of the defensive injuries. But then you've got Baker Mayfield on the other hand. He's got like the second shortest MVP odds right now. He's been fantastic, but it's also possible that the Bucs kind of just run into a buzzsaw today. And not in the sense that they come out and they get cleaned up, right? I'm not saying they get blown out. Of course not. Baker Mayfield typically doesn't allow that to happen no matter what. But you've got the Lions coming off a bad road loss in Kansas City to the Chiefs on primetime. No Bucky Irving, no Chris Godwin. Emeka Egbuka looks like a legitimate game time decision here. And Mike Evans with that hammy is expected to play. And I do like him in this game. But like they said, Egbuka was going to miss time, and now he's a legitimate game time decision. So who knows? But the O-line, Luke Gedeke is still on the IR. Luke Haggard is ruled out for this one. And while the Bucs defense remains elite in the run game, they have been a bit of a pass funnel this year, particularly the last 2 weeks. You've seen some real breakdowns in games that they won, but also some real breakdowns against Seattle and then against Mac Jones and the San Francisco 49ers. So I don't know. I look at this one, and I'm going to say this is for those of you Lions fans out there. I'm going to lay the 6 points on the Lions. Small play here. It's definitely not my favorite game. I like the second game better. But give me Lions -6, and I will have a same game parlay coming up for you guys. 50% super boost on Bet365. That's already up on Tails, but I'll do it in this video in just a moment. But first, we got to get to game 2 of this doubleheader, and this is Texans at the Seahawks. The Texans are 3-point road dogs in this one. Fun game, man. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay up on the East Coast till its conclusion, but Houston's a 3-point dog. They have a stellar defense, and they're coming off of a bye. I honestly saw this, and I was like, that's kind of fishy. You would think Seattle would be a slightly bigger favorite, but The defense for Houston's been remarkable, man. They're allowing 12.2 points per game. Granted, they faced the Titans and the Ravens the last 2 weeks pre-bye. Ravens without Lamar Jackson, but they held the Rams to 14 in LA, right? They held the Bucs to 20, and they had them at 13 until Baker worked his magic and had that game-winning drive right before regulation. I mean, everything about this defense is good, from the run game to pass coverage to their pass rush, which is outstanding. But the Seahawks are no slouch either. You know, that's the other thing here, right? And that's why they are 3-point home favorites. And it looks like the cavalry may finally arrive in the secondary. You get Rick Woolen back, Devin Witherspoon and Julian Love seem like they're trending in the right direction. The secondary has been really banged up. And again, you know, you guys, let me know where you're going down below. I try and give you as much information as I can, but I'm always happy to hear you go, you know what? I'm on the other side of this one. Good. It's good when we have dissent. You know, we don't all have to be, if we were all on the same side, I'd be a little bit worried, if I'm being completely honest with you. Sometimes when I see 50 comments being like, Loughy, what are you talking about? You're on the wrong side. I go, oh, yes, this is probably a bet we win. You know, it's just sometimes how it goes, especially when you get weird and you hit sides that people feel uncomfortable with. I'd give Seattle the edge on offense, especially with Jackson Smith-Njigba being like a truly elite receiver. But I give Houston the edge on defense. And they're coming off a bye, which helps. Now, Seattle's at home, which helps them. But this is projected to be a low-scoring game. And I'll stay where I was on Tuesday when I did my picks for every game video. I'm going to go Houston here. The hardest part is trying to stay awake, but I'm going to go Houston +3. I'm going to try and watch this because it's an exciting game for sure. Give me Houston +3 on the road. And now we get to our same game parlay. Bet365 has a 50% super boost for Detroit and Tampa Bay. Got to do it, guys. I'm telling you, it makes a bad bet good. It makes a good bet better, and it takes a bad bet that might be terrible and makes it almost good. Like, if you're not betting these 50%ers, these 30%ers, even 20%ers on every book, you have to do it. It could be the difference between a winning and losing season. And if you know, we've cleaned up on Bet365. We hit the Jordan Addison 100-yard ladder at 10-1 if you watch my perfect parlay video from Friday. Like, we're cleaning up over there. We're going to keep doing it, okay? If you're not on Bet365, use the link in the description. Deposit 10, bet 5. You get $200 in bonus bets, whether the bet wins or loses, instantly injected into your account. Now, 21 years or older, gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. But make sure you're on there so you can bet these with us and get that bonus with the link down below. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're going 3-leg. I don't love props this week, and I will never lie to you guys and just make shit up, okay? I'm never going to do that just to get eyeballs on this channel. But when we have a 50% boost, we can take liberties. We can get a little weird because it doesn't matter what we do. The one spot I do like is Jahmyr Gibbs, over 25.5 receiving yards on Bet365, right? I like that spot. I think, first of all, the Bucs are allowing the third most receiving yards to running backs this year, but they don't allow much in the run game at all. Jahmyr Gibbs should function more as a pass catching back, essentially an extension of the run game here. And I really love him in these type of spots. I expect them to utilize him pretty significantly here. And I'm going to go with two kind of short odds touchdown guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown, really like this. Tampa's been a pass funnel. You could be like, yeah, but you're going Jahmyr Gibbs over on receiving yards. Doesn't matter. This game has a massive total, and Amon-Ra St. Brown has been a focal point of Jared Goff in the red zone. He simply finds ways to get open, and that's what we care about, particularly down when you're cramped inside the 10-yard line. Amon-Ra St. Brown is always open, right? On those crossers at the goal line. And then on the other side, got to be Mike Evans, anytime touchdown. It's up here right on the screen right now, so you guys can see it. It's over on Tails. Everything is mapped by AI, so you can one click and it'll add it into your sports book, but you can also see all of the best odds, right? All of the best odds for everything, so you know where to bet it. So that's on Tails. And of course, I'm going to put a bunch more up on Tails for all the other boosts we have, including the king of the end zone. If you guys told me on Thursday, we got the Darnell Washington touchdown, which is great, right? Plus 360. But it looked like we were going to win the FanDuel touchdown 2 milli jackpot until Freiermuth had that late one. But still, we're not going to complain. We had a good week. Let's see if we can run it back today. That's your parlay. That's your two sides. I'll have a lot more up over on Tails. Just follow me down below. Everything's free all season long. And I will see you guys back here for the next one. Good luck.